Welcome back to Positive Birth Corner podcast, where we're changing the narrative around birth, one positive story at a time. And I am your host, Marinese Lemon. I am so hyped. This week has been amazing, right? Remember, it is Black Maternal Health Week, so we are really sitting down and featuring some dope people doing dope things right here in our community. The theme of this year is rooted in justice and joy. And listen, I'm getting chills to introduce you. I'm getting chills, okay? We have the one and only, okay? Jatola! Welcome!
Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, how are you feeling?
I am feeling so many things, but mostly just excited to be on this couch with you. Because I remember when I first heard about the podcast, I was like, we need this.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, so I am excited to be here with you.
Oh my
so thank you for having me.
Yes, this feels so aligned because you and I had talked about this. I was like, Jatola, I need you. I need you to come on this podcast. But also like your schedule as a midwife, ma'am, how is this even going to happen?
Yeah.
And so I'm grateful for you making the time to be here.
Yeah, well, I feel like something happened because weekends are sparse, you know, but I mean, the day was available.
The day was available, and you're here, and you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I love it. Listen, I don't know if you know this. Do you know that you are called the midwife of the people? Are you familiar of this title that you have been given?
No, mostly, and there's also the People's Midwife of Philly.
This is true.
You know, so I feel grateful for that, and also
you are out here, like, honestly, like, I told you already, like, I heard about you before, like, we met in person, know exactly who you are, the work that you do, Jatola here, Jatola there, Jatola there. I'm like, where do I meet her?
And then we couldn't even remember really like when it was that we,
when is it
like
that
our
we
spheres, I don't remember. I just know that it was, and I feel like the first time we did meet, we had a really big hug for each other.
I think so too.
Like we were just like, oh no, it's you, it's me, we're together. And then we hugged and I was like, yes,
this is meant to be. No, I love it. And then we have like a mutual friend that I did not know till like, I think the last thing that we were at, they were there.
Who's
Taylor? Right?
There's a couple. I know.
Yes.
Taylor.
Yes. And I was like,
yes. Taylor, which I know through my wife.
Right.
Yes.
Taylor and I had been doing birth work together for a minute, so I was like, wait, no Jatola, like you hang out with her? Tell me more.
Yes, we have shared, and it's so interesting when like circles collide in that way, you know. But yeah, good people, which makes sense that like you are also in the circle of good people.
Oh, I appreciate that. Oh my God, yes. Oh, okay. Marinese, let me get myself together.
Okay.
Because I'm really hyped and my brain is doing like all of this, like 1,000 things.
Yeah.
I do want to start from the beginning. Like, you know, I know that, we know you as a midwife, someone who's really rooted in our community and doing such beautiful work. But I want to know, like, how do you, kind of like not define yourself, but like, who is Jatola? How would you like describe yourself?
I mean, I think one of the things I always talk about that I'm like really proud of is that I was like born and bred here. Like I am a Philly girl through and through. And it's always so interesting when people find out, they're like, well, where are you from? I'm like, because even my best friend jokes about the fact that we've been friends for 20 years and we met in Pittsburgh. And she was like, oh, I'm from Philly. And I was like, well, like Philly,
but
Philly?
Like, were you like born in
or
Philly?
Outside, you know? So like if you, like anyone who meets me knows like I am really proud to be like from Philly. And I know we're not talking about midwife stuff, but like right now I practice like 5 minutes, from where I grew up. And so that feels like so, important. But yeah, so I mean, who am I? I mean, I'm a big sister. If folks were around last year during celebrations, I got this award.
I know, I got to see your sisters.
But that was still just like such a surprise. My wife was there and like helped me get ready and was in the corner. So like, I'm a big sister, a wife, an auntie, which. We don't have any kids of our own at the moment, but when you are there for the birth of your nibbling, it like how do you love someone who like we have similar flesh because the DNA is in there, but
For sure.
you know, and then you know almost 2 years ago I became a godmother, and that is also just like, whew, yeah. So I feel like I am someone who's like rooted in family, rooted in community. You know, like I am a camp counselor through and through. So I know that's a fun. I know, but like I'm thinking about, you know, like who am I? But I'm someone who like I love to bring people together. I know that the way that I walk through the world is not by myself. It's with people, you know, my ancestors ahead of me and behind me and around me, but then also like my community.
Yeah.
So I feel like that the camp counselor vibe also does that too, just like bringing folks together around joy and celebration and But,
I love that though. I love that because that makes sense. That is who you are. Yeah. You exude like all of these things that you just mentioned. Like when we were planning around, you know, this week and your name came up and literally every single person talks about your energy and what you exude. Like this, it rooted in justice and joy. Like if it was a name, I think it's you. Like, seriously. Because this is really who you are. Like you're right. You live it and you're right here in the community. Like when you say you don't do it on your own and you bring people together, that is what you do.
Yeah.
Which is incredible.
Yeah. And I know we'll get into it, but like even thinking about birth work, I think sometimes we like center certain folks, but like obviously we're centering the birthing person. Yeah. But like I talk about birth, what kind of birth you want, what kind of pregnancy you want at the beginning. And I always talk about who are you going to bring with you, right? Because that is how we have a positive birth. But I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself. But it's like we don't do this
on time.
It's like we don't do this in a vacuum.
We don't do this in a vacuum,
right? Like it is this. It's and also like it's earthly, but there's so much. Like the portal of birth is wide. Like we got to be ready to anyway.
Listen. I love this, right? Because we have, I've been sharing that, Positive Birth Corner has had like, folks, like with college kids, we have young folks who haven't had babies yet. We have pregnant mamas, obviously, who are like, oh, okay, let me go listen to like a positive birth story. And I want them to hear this. That's important that they hear it from you, right? Like it takes a team. You need people around you, like from the beginning, right? Not just at the baby shower.
Okay, so I'm so glad you said it because I don't have to say it, but I will re-say it.
No, please re-say it.
It's okay. So actually, I'm going to step back 2 steps because I know that you mentioned that your audience that you have acquired, people who are on this journey with you, are not just birthing folks.
Yes,
y'all, get your pap smear.
Ooh.
Okay, like this is a midwife. Right. So this is a midwife who, like, yes, I catch babies, but I also see folks through the lifespan. I also know that at some point we'll talk about perimenopause. Like, I take care of people through the lifespan, and so I think preparing for birth actually starts before you get pregnant.
You're right.
It really does, really. Like thinking about what that looks like, if that's the road that you choose to go on, like it starts before then. Yeah. So like my PSA is like get your pap smear, and then we'll talk about all the other stuff. I love a good annual. Like I'm like, tell me about your life. Are you still with this person? Are you not with this person? How are you? Yeah. So yeah.
We need more of you. Listen. Right. I gotta tell you something. I might have to come to you. I just need you to know I'm dead serious.
Again, it's just like, I feel like even, so for example, when I take care of someone in pregnancy, it's like, yes, I want to measure your belly. Yes, I want to listen to baby's heartbeat. Yeah. Talk about all those things. But I'm also like, what else are we bringing to the table?
What else are we bringing to the
table? Right?
Wait.
Like, what else are you bringing into this pregnancy and birth experience? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, who's around, but also like, it's more than just from here to here.
Right.
Right. And so, I want to know like, all of you. Like all of you.
You are a whole person.
A whole person. Growing a whole person.
No, literally, right? We sat down with Salima, started us off this week, right? And as someone who was a therapist, right? Someone who was like started Oshun Family Center. She's talking about how it's so important to bring in all of these people to the team to support like a birthing person, because you don't just need, I love doulas, I'm a doula, right? But you just don't need a doula, right? You need a lactation person, you need a therapist, you need, who's gonna help you after this baby is born, right?
Postpartum, yes. We spend
all this time, right? We just focus on this, and it's like, no, it really just takes so much more, because we're such like,
we're complex beings.
Humans,
We're like, and so The other part too is like doing that unearthing, I feel like is helpful in preparation, you know, because you also like, you got to do the work. You got to do the work to prepare for, you know, a positive birth, right? It's not just, I know we love social media, for example. And it can be, I'm like not that great at it.
I know. I was like, I don't know if you remember, I was tagging you on Instagram like 50 times because we took this cute picture together last year. I was like, she's not accepting my tag. And then it was like a month later.
It is right. So
this was a month ago.
Yeah. So PSA, if you ever tag me in something, know, like especially like a story, I probably will not see it in that.
Yeah. I learned.
Yeah. So I'm so sorry for that. Okay. For anyone who's, you know, but I think it can be such a beautiful tool. I feel like your podcast is that. I feel like even your little, because I was like, you know, I'm like, let me just see what's happening right now. Your little reels, like those little moments of joy. But I sometimes ask the folks that I care for to, you know, maybe hold off on social media or like really curate, you know, what.
Yes. No, I agree with you. I do too. If I'm supporting a family, I say, hey, so for this season, this is really hard.
Yeah.
Don't be on social media. And if you cannot be on social media, I'm like, make sure that you're being very intentional, who you're following, what they're talking about, right? I'm like, if you need to read something, I got you. Yeah. If you listen to, because we do have podcasts that are now coming out, right? Like evidence-based birth is one of them, right? They talk about research, like it's really good. So I'm like, I got tools for you. I got you. Like you do not have to be on this space because it just brings so much anxiety and it doesn't give you the full education. Right? Somebody goes, oh, girl, my birth was da-da-da-da. You do not know the whole story. You don't know their health. You don't know how we went, right? Like, but you're walking away with this person had a really hard birth, therefore I will as well.
Yeah. And it's so, I joke, I mean, if you ever in a room, like I literally am like, okay, so what did you learn on TikTok University this week? You know, they're like, well, let me, because I'm like, I'd rather you bring it in and we look at it together so that I can know. I'm like, okay, so let's talk about the 3 or 4 different things, just like you shared, like the things that we, you know, missed in this video. Yeah. And let's talk about like what parts of these are important to you. Like what about this, like what did this bring up for you? Or what are these moments that you were like, oh, that's something that's important for me to understand. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So it's just like everyone loves a good birth plan. Yeah. You know, you can call it a lot of things, right? Like
I know birth preferences,
birth hopes, but it's like you really are building kind of what you want your, you know, birth to look like. But it's like I often have my patients like go through and really each part is like, why is this part important for you? You know, and like what is it? It's, you know, for example, lotus birth.
Yes.
That's one that folks have really, it's become popular on social.
It really?
Oh, yeah.
So lotus birth, can you tell people what the lotus birth
is? The idea that the placenta remains attached to the baby, and there are some spiritual practices that help to guide the little one through. And so you put the placenta in a bowl, and if it's done properly, it helps for it to not to decay, but to slowly just slough off, and the cord comes off, and there's like herbs and salts, and like someone has prepared it. Yeah. But sometimes, if you don't do that, it's like having like
a meat,
rotting piece, like an organ. That's, you know. So it's little things like that where I'm like, you know, what about this moment really feels important for you, you know, and like what about so. But again, it's just like, you know, piece by piece. Like if you're receiving this information, you know, what about that? Feels connected to your family or your, you know. Yeah. And also, okay, this is my last thing.
Please continue.
There's also this moment of surrender that I feel like we lose. Wow. Because, again, social media, friends and family sharing, what you hear on the news, you have all of these things built up, and so we exercise this need for control. Now, number one, you are in control. Like, if you are in a place that centers the patient's needs, you are the one who is at, you know, you're in control. Yeah. But there is this dance of surrender that needs to happen so you can access your power to really birth the way that you want to. Because to go into labor, like you need, like your body needs that signal of safety to say like it's time, you know. So that's like my only thing is like it's this like beautiful dance.
It's this beautiful dance of surrender. Wow. No, because I'm going back to my own birthing story, and I shared it like in the first season what that journey was like for me. And so it was that day when I went into labor, right? It was, most people start contractions, I guess, at night. I started in the morning, but the most interesting part of it was there was nobody in the house. The lights were down, and I started feeling these contractions, right? Yeah.
And what you said too is that there was this trust, and you also felt safe.
Yes.
Right. So all of these things came together to really for you to feel like you could begin that journey.
I could begin the journey.
Yeah.
Oh my, Jatola, what is your journey into like midwifery?
Oh,
how does this? Because you were like, as you talk, I'm being transported to places. Like this is a calling for you. I mean, this is like. Yeah. How does Jatola become Jatola?
Yeah.
Like how is this becoming Michelle Obama? Like what is your
oh my gosh.
What is your becoming Jatola?
I do feel like I have been on this journey for a very long time. Wow. I've known I wanted to be a midwife since I was 16. Yeah. Wow. So I have been on this journey for over 20 years now.
Wow.
I am like a little, okay, so you asked me who I am. I'm a little bit nerdy. Like my mom will say like everybody was outside, I was reading a book.
I love it.
And so like I took an anatomy and physiology class, which is a class that, you learn about the body, how it works. And this was in high school.
Wow.
And I learned about reproduction.
Yeah.
But and it's like nerdy, not like, ooh, it was like, oh my God. Like when I learned, because at that point, I don't know, you don't know how babies are made and but when I learned how people grow humans, I was like, done.
You were like, this is it.
I saw my first birth on a TV and everyone was like, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, that I just was, and so I actually wanted to be an OBGYN. So I went home and I said to my dad, I was like, okay, I'm going to be a doctor. And of course, in like a Black family, he's like, yes. We're going to have a doctor in the family. And I had one of my high school besties, her aunt heard this and she said, I think you'd better serve the world as a midwife. And I was like, a what? Now, granted, this is like over 20 years ago.
Wow.
So the internet wasn't what it was.
Yes.
So, and there are so many thoughts about midwifery, but she was like, well, why don't you come to work with me? She worked in the health centers that currently still exist.
Wow.
I shadowed a midwife.
Wow.
And the way that this midwife centered the patient in front of her, like it was I will never forget. The patient was like probably not that much older than me, so like 16 or 17, newly pregnant, scared. Like she could have been my family member, right? And she was terrified. But when she left that office, you could tell that she was excited to be a part of a legacy. Like she was excited to be a parent. She was excited for motherhood. And like she grew, like in that very visit, she like grew into who she was supposed to be moving forward. And I was like, oh, well, if I could do that every day, then like, why not? Like, like I just, it's like all I know, 16. And now,
16.
Yeah, it's like wild because I work in the Philly Health Centers now. Yeah. And so I'm doing what I saw 20 years ago.
Whoa.
I know. I feel very so grateful, so humbled to walk by my girly side. Mondays, So
Jatola.
That's how, yeah.
Wow. I don't know that like many people have that story, right? Of like, I know when we're kids or we're young, you're told like, when you grow up, what are you going to be, right? And we say all those things. And then, obviously we don't necessarily become those. And that's okay. Yeah, and that's okay, right? Everyone's journey is different. But what a gift to be able to like have this revelation of like who you're going to be. Obviously, it's not all of you because it's part of who you are, right? But like this is the work that you're going to do. And here you are like, living in it and doing it. Yeah. That's deep.
Again, I think it's the thing that keeps going. Even on my hardest days, I like close the door. I'm one-on-one with, a patient or their family, whoever comes. I'm like, bring everybody. Like, I'm very much so like, if they can fit in the room and they're not sitting in my seat, you could come, You can come, yeah. And the door closes and it's like we are transformed and it's awesome. Like I can hear about, because like the photo shoot you had this weekend the cookout or you were traveling, like little things like that where I can be with folks and then like kind of grow with them as they're growing their baby, it's just, it is like nothing.
Wow.
Or even annuals where folks, you know, GYN care is hard for a lot of people. You know, like we walk through the world in a space that is sometimes, or is often, it treats folks with a uterus not well.
Yeah.
And so to feel like, you know, afterwards and people are like, that was the best, you know, speculum exam I've, I'm like, good. You know, like people feel, you know, or if I like just, they're like the way that you ask that question, it's just like, to create a container of safety for folks is a gift. And I'm so grateful that I can do that for folks.
You can do that for people. You know, so as a doula, right, like I definitely love midwives, right? I don't know that I fully understood like what you guys do. I just knew that I loved y'all. Like, does that make sense? And I would be so excited to do a birth with a midwife because I just knew it was different, right? Like I'm I promise you, working with a midwife is different. And I, you know, obviously I've been doing this for like over a decade now, and I've learned so much more about midwifery. I am now doing like policy work because now I'm, because now.
Okay.
Now I am understanding how deep this work is that like it's also connected to like the policies that we have, you know, in our states, in our nation that affect whether someone gets like midwifery support or not, right? And we know there is studies that tell us that midwifery care is literally like the best thing for folks, right? When we talk about this like Black Maternal Health Week, we know that midwives are the answer. Like we actually know that.
Yeah,
doulas are not the answer. I love doulas. I'm a doula. We're not the answer. I just need someone to know that.
So, okay. But again, the reason why midwives are a part of the answer, I feel it's so weird to be like,
midwives are the answer. That's it.
But it's because of our philosophy. Like everything that we do, we center the patient. Everything that we do, we center the patient. And, you know, I work in Philly, and Philly, we have folks who are super healthy or have really complex health histories. But like my ethos is like everyone deserves a midwife. And some of the best things that I can do is connect people with like the high risk doctors and say like, I know this is not what you had envisioned, but this is what you and your baby and your family need right now. And like this person right here is the real one. And then once you leave that visit, we're going to come back here and I'm going to talk about everything that they talked about. You know, I'm going to put the midwife spin on it and really explain. Cause I think that's like, again, like we can't do this work by ourselves, but like for me, it's like, okay, I see what you might need. So let's get that. And how we're going to get it so much, you know? So, yeah. I mean, at the same time, you know, we train residents where I work, and it is such a beautiful gift. And when I, as a midwife, get to sit on my hands, and they look, and they're ready to do something, and they see me sitting on my hands, so then they sit back, and we just watch somebody have a baby. They're like, you just sat there. I was like, because she could do it.
Because she could do it.
Because she could, it's so, you know what I mean? So I am grateful to be a midwife and to do what I do.
And to do what you do. That's why births with midwives are different. So our very first mom that we helped crack, our first mom that we featured on the podcast talks about her birth. She birthed where you were at, actually. It wasn't with you. I was hoping it was with you. It wasn't with you. It's okay, though. It's okay. And so it was so interesting because she did have a resident, and it was time to push, and she was pushing on her hands and knees, right? And the resident was just like so anxious, right? Like, you can't even see the baby coming. And the midwife just sat back. Literally was like, no, she's doing it. Baby is coming. And just like, she's going to push on her, you know, hands and knees. And, you know, baby came. Obviously, we had to maneuver for her to be back on her back. And the resident was like, we were able to safely support mom birth the, you know, baby on our hands or knees. And we talk about it till today that like, remember how the midwife was just like chilling? And I was like, I remember that. Can you explain kind of like the difference, like in your own words, the difference between OBs and midwives? Because I think sometimes people don't fully have maybe language for what the difference is.
So I think one of the ways I explain it, especially to patients, is again, midwives, like we center the patients. But the biggest thing is that we see birth as normal until proven otherwise. And like we are experts at physiologic birth. So we are experts at normal. Where OBs practice, and there's high risk, you know, OBs, there's regular OBs, but they practice through the medical model as well. But again, more skilled at high risk things. So yeah, but we're both catching babies.
Yeah.
But I always say midwives are the OG baby catchers.
Oh,
like we've been around.
You've been around for a very long time. And I'm originally from Malawi, right? And it was like years into doula work, my mom kind of like was like, yeah, your grandma was like a traditional midwife. Like, you didn't think to share this information with me earlier on, right? But like this is work that has just been happening across like the nations, right? That like we've had midwives for a very, very long time before OBs. So I think that's what I tell people. I'm always like, listen, y'all, this midwives have been here before.
And we'll do it in between and after, you know. But again, I feel like I'm coming like humbly and gratefully. Like I work in a system where sometimes we need a little extra help. And again, midwives are experts at knowing when to call in the people them. You know, that's what
I love that.
it really is. Like that's and I tell folks I'm always honest about what I know, what I don't know, and moving through that way. But again, it's so funny. Again, I talk about the high risk part, not because we should ignore that birth is high risk, but it happens, right? And so what do we do to safely usher your baby into the world? But at the same time, I literally, again, this is so funny. Like I sometimes like decode things for people and we do like co-care. You know, it's just, because sometimes we need a little help.
Wow.
And how are we going to get it? Yeah. Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So this is really random. I promise it's connected.
Okay.
So as a doula, right? Like I've seen doulas who are like, you know, I become a doula and then I want to become a midwife, right? That it almost felt like you become a doula and then you become a midwife, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, so like I had like this guilt of like, I don't feel that way. I was like, I love midwives. I don't feel like I can, like, I don't feel like that's what like I want to do, right? Or can do, honestly. And someone said to me a few years back, they're like, then you're not called to it because you got to be called to it. I was like, wait, what? Yeah. Like, this is the thing. And as you talk, I hear that calling in you. I hear like the umph in you. I don't know what is, but like, it's just such like, I just feel so honored to even like sit on here with you. And
I feel so in the fall, which shout out to my coworkers who held it down while I was gone. Yeah. I was able to travel to East Africa, so Kenya and Tanzania.
Oh, Malawi was right there.
I could have just, but when I was there, we got to sit at the feet of traditional midwives, and it again, I mean, it was 10. So what I didn't share is like in March will be I had just have celebrated my 11th year as a midwife. And so that trip was my like, it's 10 years in. I know, over 1,000 babies. I know. I know. I say that also to say, when I was sitting at the feet of these elder midwives, it reignited the thing that I've known. It's like midwifery is a calling. It is a direct. It is a direct line, and it takes so much. Because I think what people sometimes forget is. For folks to have the birth that they need, there's like a source of protection around them sometimes. And I feel like the midwife is the person that, and so being there with those midwives, it was like, right. Like it's like, whoop, whoop, you're doing this. And then I even like when I was in school, you know, like, cause you have to go to nursing school first and I went to grad school and each of these moments, I could have been like, you know what, I'm good. Yeah. But then there was a moment where I was sitting outside of the dean's office. I'm not afraid to say this. Nursing school was hard, y'all.
I've heard it's really intense.
It is not for the faint of heart.
Heard about this.
And my grades were not great because I was trying to do all the things. Yes. And
you were probably out here in the community volunteering.
I was doing tours. Like that's just like who I am. And so my grades like weren't, you know, so I had to meet with my advisor. Oh my God. I know. I'm honest moment on the couch. And she was like, you know, you got to get it together. And again, I was good at school, but school is just, I wasn't interested in what we had learned about OB yet. I went to nursing school being like, I'm going to be a midwife. I'm just here for the credits.
Like, I know exactly what
I'm just here for the credits.
I don't need to learn.
That, I don't know. Like, those are other people, my doctor friends who could, you know, but there were moments, I remember sitting outside of her office and on her little chair, there's like nursing books. Yeah. And this is my junior year of nursing school. There was an article about a Black midwife in New York who's working with Black patients. And I was like, oh, I know I'm here. It was this these like little reminders to like stay the course. I still have that article. And it was about her opening a birth. So like, even when you try to veer from the course, is like,
this is
how you need to midwife now. Yeah. So who knows how I'll be midwifing? Like, it's over 1,000 babies now, but
that is amazing.
I like shout out to my coworkers who I used to work at a birth center, and they gathered the numbers from Pittsburgh, and then my coworkers in Philly gathered numbers, and my wife, who is an amazing human being, collated everything with them.
That's beautiful.
And I found out on my 10-year anniversary that was over 1,000 babies as of February of 2025.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. I know.
Oh my God. Wait, I'm like definitely speechless.
But I had no idea, because some people, I feel like a lot of folks count their catches, but after a while it's like and each one is so important, like
right, because it's a person, it's a family.
But and even after the thousands, I was like, oh, I should start counting again, and then I'm like,
I say that as a doula, but I'm a doula. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how many births I've done. But like, you are enough. Doing this all of the time, every single day.
Yeah.
Shatola.
Yeah. So I do also want to say, like, I'm grateful for the folks who let me into their life, who heed my recommendations or my guidance. I always joke about like doing the work, but it does take work to do the birth thing. Like it does, there's knowledge that comes from everywhere. Yeah. Right. But then we got to take a class or two. Yeah. We got to listen to a podcast or two, to really get to those joyful moments. Yeah. So, and like having midwife is also a part of the deal.
Oh my gosh. I can do this forever. Okay, so we're going to do tea, coffee. Okay.
Yes.
What do you drink? Do you drink coffee or tea?
Oh, I love coffee. Although, I'm going to be honest. So when I was in East Africa, I had the best chai.
Did you?
I was like, I was transported. So if I had to choose, I would, like, if you could get me some good chai, like, find it. There is a cute little chai place. Okay, we'll talk about it. Yeah. That I've been wanting to try. So, okay.
I would love that. Because this is, you are such a blessing. And I am so grateful for you for all of what you're doing, what you have done. Like, it has just been so pivotal. I'm getting really emotional. It's been so pivotal to, like, in our community. Again, as I said, like, I knew about you before we even met. And, in this week when we're celebrating, Black Maternal Health Week, when we're saying we're rooted in joy and justice, like, I told you, like, you are joy and justice in the flesh. I'm dead serious. We need to make you a shirt that says, Marinese said.
It's for sure going to say, Marinese said. It's going to be in yellow because,
Of course. It has to be yellow, of course. Right. But I'm so grateful for you. And I think that's the part, right? Like, the most exciting thing for me this week has been really highlighting and listening to, like, what's already happening. Do you know what I mean? Because we get so caught up into, like, I need a tissue, mercy.
Which I'm like,
it's all right. I'll be fine.
Your makeup looks good.
But thank you. But it's this thing of, like, it's so easy to think about the things that are not going well, right? Like, it's so easy to hear about the stories that haven't gone well, the negative stories. I get it, right? I get it.
Yeah.
And so when we create this space of, like, what is this positive birth, this little corner, what does this look like? And it's what you're sharing, because we need to know the stories of joy, the stories of resistance, that we have amazing people supporting families, right? It is not all horrible. We have over 1,000 people that you have
ushered into
the earth side. Like, that's actually really dope and really amazing.
Yeah.
And so thank you so much for thank you so much for being here, and my heart is full.
I'm grateful to be in your corner.
Oh, the way full. Hey, I heard that. I heard it. Oh my God. Okay, so as we're finishing up, we're asking, like, this question to everybody, right? In the name of, like, joy, what is one thing that, like, you do outside of all the hats? So you got to take off the hats of the midwives and the community work, all this stuff, right? Like, so something that brings you joy that maybe you do, or something that, like, cracks you up, or, I don't know, a show, or whatever the case might be.
Okay, so you said a show.
Oh.
So what is all? I know. Okay, so y'all are getting y'all are really getting to know me.
That was the goal.
I love Wicked.
Do you?
I do. okay, so just like I've been a midwife, like on this midwife journey for 20 years, I have loved Wicked since I was like 17.
Stop.
And so when the movie, like everything about, so I'm a musical theater nerd. Like
what?
when I'm like having a not great day, my wife knows to just turn on a musical on the record, but I'm like, oh, thank you.
Oh my God.
So I think again, with like what's happening in the world, there's so many things, but the message of that musical then and then the movie now, and then also like Cynthia Erivo, let's go toss.
I just watched it for the first time.
The first or the second one?
Both. Like recently, like embarrassingly recently.
That's okay. That's fine.
But I know exactly what you're talking about now.
Yeah. Right. But so everyone who's like in my people, they are like, how many times have you watched it now? Like how many things have you bought? But I put myself on a budget.
Did you?
I only bought a few things to really,
Okay.
But
does your wife get you like gifts with like?
So because I won't buy. Yes, I shout out to my boo. Because they know that I'm not going to buy them for myself because I'm trying to be fiscally responsible sometimes.
Of course,
so there are certain things that I'll come home and I'm like, oh, this is so cute. Thank you. So that is, I feel like, Wicked, again, y'all, I will drive to work sometimes and listen to Defying Gravity.
Wow.
Because I sometimes have to invite that energy and be like, you said, but I'm about to.
Yo.
So if you need some inspiration, Defy Gravity.
Okay. I've watched it, but I haven't like listened to the songs again. So it sounds like this is the thing that I need to do now.
Also, No Place Like Home is a new song from the second movie, and it also hits.
Yes, it did. In the movie, as I was watching it, I was like, well, I watched it with my kids. It was long.
It's very long.
I was like, how long is it? I was like, is it bedtime yet?
Yeah.
It's late.
No, yeah. But so that is my joyful. And again, like I put it on, and I'm like transported. That's what musicals do. Like
I love it. Okay, I'm gonna tell myself to do that.
Yeah,
this month.
Defying Gravity.
Yes. Okay.
Just put it on.
All right.
And you will.
I will be transported.
You will ascend. Yeah. You'll be ready to do anything.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jatola, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Ah!
I'm so grateful to be here and to celebrate us.
Yes.
Our joy, our resistance.
Yes.
We in here.
We're in here.
And we're going to take care of ourselves.
We're in 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. We got us.
Yo. Yo. Listen, if you need to come back and listen to this episode again, you better, because this is absolutely incredible, and share it with someone else, right? We have that's how things spread, right? Like when we talk about this positivity, it spreads by you sharing it with another mama, with another person, right? With that college student, with, whoever that, that is. And so again, in the name of, Black Maternal Health Week, we are here. Come back, because we are really having beautiful conversations with people who are making a difference right here in our community. All right. See you later. This episode is sponsored by Oshun Family Center. Oshun provides therapy for the culture through psychotherapy and holistic healing, including doula and lactation support. Their work is rooted in creating a welcoming space for healing, refuge, and breaking generational cycles, always centering community and dignity in choice. For more information, please check out Oshun at www.oshunfamilycenter.org.